Hi Internet! I've been wanting to do another video for a while now, but my life's been kind of boring, so I didn't want to bore you guys with just like a random life story update. Yesterday I was tumbling, and one of the girls that I follow, her name's Rebecca, she had posted a video, What Really Grinds My Gears, like from Family Guy. I thought, hey, that's a cool idea. I decided to do that, and here goes. Number one are Hulu commercials. I've been using Hulu a lot lately to catch up on TV shows and stuff that I've missed because I don't have internet in my apartment at school. And the last time I really used Hulu, I guess, was over the summer, and they only had like maybe two 15-second commercials during an hour-long episode. But now they have like one every 15 minutes, or two every 15 minutes that are 30 seconds long. And really, that's annoying. That's not what I want out of Hulu at all. I guess because it's becoming more popular, it has to. But I mean, another thing that really grinds my gears, I thought about this earlier actually because I was eating a banana, and whenever I eat a banana in public, or most of the time, I don't know if, like, other girls get this too or what, but like there's always this one guy, this one like tool bag guy who like looks over at me and goes, like that little like, oh yeah baby look. And like, seriously, do you think that by doing that look I'm gonna pretend that this is your dick and, you know, just go all at it? I mean, what are you accomplishing by that? Oh, another commercial problem that I have, but this is on actual TV. It's when commercials use songs that I have recently known and loved, and I know that kind of makes me sound like a music elitist, but when somebody who I know has never heard that song before goes, oh, I love that song, it's on this commercial, I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't made for that commercial. It's actually a full song, and the commercial used it to sell a car or insurance or perfume or something. If you're gonna appreciate a song, please appreciate it for the song, not for the commercial that it goes with. I guess this one kind of ties into the last one, and the last one almost disproves this one, but I hope it doesn't. A friend of mine recently looked over at me and was like, you know what, I finally figured it out. You know, I could never figure out like what style you fit into or whatever. It's like, you know, everybody has their own like kind of style thing. And I was like, can't I just have my own style? He's like, no, you're my hipster friend. And I'm like, no, I'm not a hipster. And he keeps insisting, yeah, you are. And he's like, okay, well, what is a hipster and why aren't you one? And I couldn't give him a good enough answer, I guess. And he's like, well, you're my hipster friend then. I don't care. It's what I think of you as now. And so like I've been going internet digging, looking for definitions of a hipster, and like everything I've found, there are some similarities between me and a hipster, but enough that if I shared it with him that he would say, oh yeah, this just proves me right. He still doesn't get how it's kind of an insult to me, and I don't know, I don't see why he can't just let me be my own style. I have to be a hipster, which I'm not. Transitioning into another one, this actually happened to me today, when people who I know in real life come up to me and like talk to me about either my Formspring or my Tumblr, my Formspring especially, because usually they'll be like, oh my gosh, people are so mean to you, why don't you just delete it? And I'm like, actually I find it rather amusing. So please stop talking to me about it. I know you know I have it, and I know you have it, but it's on the internet for a reason, not to talk about it outside the internet. And it's even worse when people bring up like personal stuff from my blog spot, because that one's more like diary. Oh, and one more thing. I don't know if maybe this is just me being jealous or me just unable to comprehend something, which that actually really pisses me off when I can't understand something. I'm sure it frustrates lots of people. Girls that I see who are like in long-term relationships, like 8, 9, 10 months, a year relationships, they break up. And then like 2 months later, they're in their next long-term, year-long relationship. Like, okay, the last guy I dated, we dated for 4 months. It wasn't that serious. And it took me about 4 months to say, okay, yes, I'm completely over him. I can move on, find a new guy, which still hasn't happened yet, but that's completely something else. And I don't know, I don't really understand how you can get over somebody that fast if you've made that much of a connection with them. Maybe I just did my breakup wrong. I don't know, it just frustrates me because usually the girls have all moved on after the 2-month time period, and I'm left here like watching the guys still mourning their relationship or whatever, and like are talking about how their ex is a whore because she's moved on so quickly. I mean, I guess that's one way it could be interpreted, but you know, I don't know. It just really bothers me for some reason. Oh yeah, I don't really know why this bothers me, and I don't think it's a jealous thing at all. It's that if people I don't like get a tattoo before I'm allowed to have a tattoo, I don't know, it just really bugs me that they, like, I guess that it's not even that I'm jealous that they're getting it, it's just that I want it. I guess it's kind of like that story Regina George tells in Mean Girls, where she didn't want the dollhouse, so she broke it just so somebody she didn't like couldn't have it. I guess I would rather break their tattoo than they have it. I don't know, it just pisses me off whenever I see them get a new tattoo, and I haven't got one yet. Oh, also, I understand it when people who I don't know very well ask me for relationship advice because they don't know about any of my past relationships or lack thereof. But when people I know really well come up to me and ask me for relationship advice, and they know that I was 19 before I had my first boyfriend, that relationship didn't last long. But they come up to me and ask me to help them out in their 7-month or 1.5-year relationships, and I'm like, isn't there somebody a little more experienced in this area that you could go to for advice? I'd imagine so. Plus, it kind of feels like you're rubbing it in my face that you have this guy who's loved you for 2 years, or, you know, however long, and I can barely find one guy to like me well enough to date me for 4 months. How are you doing in your relationship that you're coming to me for advice? Really? But anytime anybody talks to me about their relationship, it kind of feels like they're rubbing it in my face, so that could just be jealousy coming out. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. I don't really know how to sign off on these things. It always just feels kind of awkward to me, so later.